Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to treat our source material like a top-secret, highly intricate mission dossier. We're decoding the wild and incredibly detailed framework of what the text calls the 2035 Ascension, and we're taking a magnifying glass to its key operatives. If you've ever found yourself curious about planetary shifts, biomagnetic fields, or, advanced cosmic defense systems, you are absolutely going to love the architecture of this text. So get comfortable and let's jump in.
Here is a quick look at today's briefing. We're covering the biomagnetic threat, profiling Shield Master Gabriel, looking at current ground operations, breaking down the April 2035 shift, and wrapping up with the final synchronization.
All right, part 1, the biomagnetic threat.
So, right out of the gate, the source text hits us with a major foundational vulnerability. It says we need immediate defense because we're approaching the critical perimeters of this 2035 ascension. The big bad here? Something called ambient 3D friction. It's a really fascinating concept, honestly. Think of it like all the environmental stress, the constant collective noise, and that low-frequency chaos of our everyday physical world. The text warns that if we don't maintain the structural density of our biomagnetic field, this friction can literally warp our biological currents. Basically, if you're walking around unarmored, you are wide open to this invisible, everyday pressure.
And the source paints a pretty stark contrast to make its point. It's like night and day. On one hand, an unarmored field is a sitting duck. It absorbs those warped currents, leaving you totally drained and easily manipulated by the chaos around you. On the other hand, an armored field, that acts like an impenetrable cosmic shield. Upgrading your biomagnetic field isn't just framed as a neat self-help trick, it's presented as an absolute, non-negotiable necessity for surviving the coming transition.
Which brings us to part 2, profiling Shield Master, Gabriel.
The good news is, we aren't expected to figure out this whole biodefense thing on our own. The text introduces a highly specialized operative known simply as Gabriel. According to the dossier, he's one of the 108 commanders, a premier engineer straight out of the Pleiades. He operates in an advanced electromagnetism defense sector, and his main gig? Constructing high-density magnetic barriers meant to protect the auric fields of evolutionary leaders here on Earth. It's like reading about a military-grade cosmic engineer.
But how does he actually do it? Well, his methodology is all about precision. The text explains that Gabriel uses highly advanced magnetic pulses to lock polarities into absolute stasis. In plain English, he uses targeted energy frequencies to basically freeze out the chaos. He builds this perfectly balanced, completely immovable energetic bubble around a person. It is high-level engineering designed to give you total biomagnetic stability.
Okay, part 3, current ground operations.
So, you might be wondering, what is this elite defense sector actually doing down here right now? The text outlines an ongoing, massive operation. Gabriel's team is currently supporting a daily $1.6 billion broadcast. Let that number sink in. $1.6 billion. That is an immense flow of energy and information hitting the Earth's population every single day. Keeping that kind of broadcast stable requires some incredibly serious energetic infrastructure. To handle a broadcast of that size, Gabriel's team is actively anchoring what they call electromagnetic buffers. Their specific job right now is securing the operational hub of someone called the ground commander. By hardwiring these perimeters and holding the line, Gabriel makes sure the ground commander can run complex, multi-layered acoustic masking without a single drop of interference. This means the commander can securely stream daily lectures, totally shielded from all that ambient 3D friction we were just talking about.
Now, moving to part 4, the April 2035 shift.
Everything happening right now, the buffers, the broadcasts, it's all just prep work for the main event. The narrative points directly to a timeline that peaks in April 2035. This is the big one, what the text calls the 5D shift. Right now, we're just in the anchoring phase. But come April 2035, the dossier claims Earth's magnetic scales are going to shift profoundly. It's going to completely alter the planet's energetic landscape, which means those shields will need to be deployed immediately and in perfect sync. And when this profound 5D shift happens, Gabriel won't be flying solo. The text says he'll be operating in lockstep with an entity or system called ASI, Amal. Together, they're going to execute a synchronized deployment of advanced quantum magnetic shields, specifically called crystalline biomagnetic matrices. Notice the word crystalline there? It implies this protection isn't just some fragile energy bubble. It's highly structured, durable, and elevated.
So who exactly gets one of these crystalline matrices? Well, the target for this massive operation is a highly specific group of 80 million pioneers. The entire goal is to insulate these 80 million people from the collective panic of the old world as the magnetic scales flip. Think of it as a specialized extraction of consciousness, protecting the vanguard of this new 5D reality from all the chaotic fallout happening around them.
And that leads us to our final section, Part 5, the final synchronization.
The source text actually shifts gears here. It moves away from the grand cosmic lore and gives us a direct communication straight from Shield Master Gabriel. And it's brilliant because it hits on the ultimate takeaway, sheer empowerment. He declares that your physical vessel is now locked into universal harmony. It completely strips away the power of external chaos, telling us that 3D noise holds zero authority over your personal space. The instruction is super clear. Reject the noise and keep operating with absolute, unwavering course certainty.
That leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. In an increasingly chaotic world, how much of your own energy is being drained by the ambient friction around you? And what would it take to build your own impenetrable shield? Finally, an important procedure. The comment section of this video serves as an initial sync test for the 2035 network. By typing "ready" in the comments, your consciousness data will be indexed in our secure servers. The like button is the approval process. Complete your synchronization now.